Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Unite battle items. So we're going to be going through each item and describing their value throughout each game, the utility that they provide, and the usability by Pokemon and how often people uses them, and also how early you can get them in the game. So without further ado, let's get started here. First, you have the Potion. The Potion, I will put it as situational. You get it really early in the game at level 4, trainer level 4, so you can use it as soon before you even begin rank. So this potion is very useful just to have in the laning phase, and some Pokemon uses them like Eldegoss or even Snorlax where they can just take some damage and heal back up. So it's definitely useful in some situations, and plus you get it really early, so it's great to have. Then we have the X attack. Okay, so the X attack gives you extra special attack and also just regular attack boost for a short while. This is a very niche playstyle because you would want it to get it on Pokemon that has quick burst damage, maybe something like Pikachu, Zeraora, or even like Gengar. So it's very niche, and you would use it just for the extra damage to tower dive or get the initial burst down before they can even react. You get this battle item at trainer level 7, so you get it pretty early, right after you are able to play rank. If you have this, you can just run it over the potion just for the extra damage if that's your playstyle. Okay, next we have the X Speed, which you get at level 8 right after the X attack. Now the X Speed is great on Pokemon that wants to just run in really quickly, get their crowd control, or get their burst, and then just leave. Essentially, it helps in the engage aspect. You would get it on like Slowbro if you want to just run in there and serve, and then telekinesis, or you can get it on Machamp to make him even faster. So, if you like to run it on slow Pokemon, then this is definitely the way to go. Alright, and then next we have the Fluffy Tail. So the Fluffy Tail you actually get at level 10, and the Fluffy Tail is mostly just for junglers. You would not run this item in lane, however, because this item is excellent for taking objectives. It does help the early clear, but what you would want this for is to do the Dreadnought or the Rotom or even the Zapdos. So this is a very niche playstyle. Some junglers run it just because they have trouble clearing or they want faster level up. But that's pretty much what you run it for. The item itself doesn't really have any interaction with player Pokemons, so you can only use it for objective-oriented purpose. So it's a very niche playstyle. Next we have the Eject Button. The Eject Button, you get it at level 11, so not too far off, right in the middle of the pack essentially. And the Eject Button is useful for practically 100% of the Pokemon. You can run it on every single Pokemon and it will always be useful. This is the battle item that you will see in most of your ranked games across almost every player, just because of how useful it is. It's a get out of jail free card essentially on a 50-second cooldown, which is really short. So if you mess up a play, then you just press the eject button and you're out of there and you'll be safe. Just that simple. It's great for chase as well. If you're chasing someone, they use their eject button, you can just follow up with your eject button and then you'll still be able to get the kill if you already use all your gap close. So this is definitely the best battle item you can use just because of how useful it is throughout the whole entire game. It will never fall off essentially. You'll always have it up pretty frequently. Alright, next we have the Slow Smoke. The Slow Smoke is very niche playstyle as well. I don't see many Pokemon would run this unless you run it on someone who just goes in, press the Slow Smoke, and then just, dip essentially. It's pretty much what Greninja does. So you can just run it on Greninja and just double stack the smoke and just nobody can see anything essentially. So it's a very niche playstyle. I don't see too many situations where you would use it unless you just like being a disruptor and you want to just double down on that, right? So next we also have the full heal. Unfortunately, the full heal, not many people will use it just because right now the meta, or at least how the matchmaking is defined, you cannot see what the opponent's Pokemon picks are. So if they pick 0 Pokemon that has crowd control, then the full heal is essentially just a dead item. You pretty much just have it there and you won't even have an item to use because it cleanses all the crowd control and it makes you invulnerable to crowd control for a short duration. But like I said, if they have Ninetales, they have Pikachu, they have Snorlax, you know, like all of that, and you're playing Gengar, and you run this, then great, man. You know, you will just destroy everybody and they cannot even counterplay you at all. But because you cannot see what the opponent picked, essentially you're just running the risk of having a dead item in a game. And it's high risk, high reward, but I don't think it's too worth to run just because of that factor. The inconsistency in this item is it's too hard to just take. Alright, next we have the Goal Getter. This item you get really late, pretty much your final item that you get in the game at trainer level 16. So the Goal Getter speeds up your goal, you know, take time by twice essentially. So if you have 50 points, it'll take half the time. So it's great for 30, 40, 50 points around that area because, you know, those usually takes quite a while to capture. But with the Goal Getter, it speeds it up by twice. So if you're playing a speedster that just runs in and score like Zeraora or Absol, you know, just run in there, press the Goal Getter, and then capture it and then just leave really quickly before the enemy can even react. So it's a very niche playstyle for players who like to score a lot with big points in the mid game to late game, but it's very niche playstyle. It's either you run it or you don't. There's really no situation where you would think to yourself that, oh, I should run the Goal Getter, you know, just because it's a good situation. No, if it's within your playstyle, you should just run it. I personally run it on my Zeraora because it allows me to score a lot quicker, and I get a lot of points from the jungle camps that I clear. So it's been working out pretty great for me. But that's all the battle items you can get in the game currently. Maybe they'll add more later. But right now, if you don't know what to run, just run the potion. It's great for laning. Run the Eject Button is useful for every situation in the game. So this is probably just your best item to run if you have no idea what to run at all. And of course, the niche playstyle, you run it depending on what Pokemon you main, right? If you main a really slow Pokemon that you need to engage faster, X speed is great. If you run a heavy burst damage Pokemon that you just need to get your burst damage down and you want the big power spike, then run the X attack. Flipping Tail for the jungler. Smoke Bomb is very niche. Disruptors, people who goes in and goes out, like Lucario, Greninja. Goal Getter for speedster that just wants to get goal quick and then just leave. And then the full heal against obviously every crowd control comp. But like I said, you cannot see the opponent's pick, so this item can potentially be, you know, just the best item in the game or the worst item in the game, depending on what the opponents pick. But that will be it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have any question, leave it in the comment. And have fun, guys. This game, you know, been great. And hope you guys can get some rank. Bye.